Yeah, it's good. This is the time of year you want to be prepping for and you want to be at. So, it's been a long season, and we're excited to start for real.
Sam has two questions, if I might. You guys have probably reasonably assumed for a while that you were in the playoffs, and with guys in and out of the lineup, guys hurt, different lineups, has it felt like, let's just hurry up and get this thing started? Was there any sense of that at all the last few weeks? Let's just hurry up and get to this.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is the year you want to be playing. This is it's easy to get up for at this time of year. I think it's been important for us. It's I think we've built over the years, and there's trust in the staff that they know how we're going to play when it comes to it. So we've been trying to use that to our advantage and get some added rest and be the best we possibly can for next week. So we're excited to get going, and should be fun.
I know hockey guys tend to look ahead, not back, but you did score the winning goal in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. Do you think back to that often? Not at all? Rarely? When do you go back to that place, if at all?
It's something I'm always going to be thinking about, for the rest of my life. I think, of going through it the year before and losing, you almost knew how we were going to react the next year, wanting it that much more because we were there and that close. I think what we've learned this year, coming back after winning, is that once the puck drops, nothing really changes. You want it just as much, if not more. You want to get back there. You know the work that it takes to get back there. So, if there's any taking foot off the gas, because you've been there and because you've already won, that's kind of what we learned this year. There's none of that once the puck drops.
Took you a long time to get into the playoffs. Is this? I would think this is something that you don't take for granted, right? The excitement of gearing up for a playoff series of being in the postseason.
No, it's certainly never going to take it for granted. It's crazy. It's already year 4 here, and we're going into 4th year playoffs. So, I think there's so much I can take from certainly the guys that have been here since I got here. We've learned so much over the years. Round 1 of the playoffs is the highest energy, the highest stakes you're going to get. It's always a toss-up. I think that's what we learned. Everyone's so competitive at this stage. So it's always a battle. It's always a grind to try and get out of it. And that's what we're here to do against, obviously, one of our biggest rivals that we've seen year in, year out.
Yeah, and just to build on that, just what do you remember from that first round series with Tampa last year and being able to finally get over the hump against them, and just the intensity of that, and now have you do it again this year?
I look at both series. They were a team that had won, been to the finals almost year in, year out for a couple of years there. I think we almost learned, when we got swept by them. I think we took into account why we got swept. You tend to learn from a team that's been there, or at least you should, right? They're there for a reason. I think it was fitting last year that we had to go through them to win. But if there's one thing that we've learned every year, it's a clean slate, especially at this time of year. It's an absolute battle as soon as round 1 starts, and really could go any direction. So we're taking it day and day at a time, and we're excited for Game 1.
You came from somewhere else to here. A lot of guys did, and while it was whatever wasn't right in the other organizations, it's clicked here. And Paul talked about the joy of working with people here, and I'm just curious from your perspective, what has clicked here? Why is it working for this organization?
I think when I got here, I saw first training camp, the overall competitiveness that guys had, and that's infectious. That translates through the whole lineup. Makes first line guys better, makes depth guys better, it makes everyone better, and guys tend to build off that. Certainly, we took on what we learned, and ultimately, like that first series against Tampa when I got here, that we talked about. You try and learn and try and adapt. You just get hungrier and hungrier. You got to embrace the challenges that come along the way. Guys are motivated off the ice. Guys work incredibly hard, and guys have fun doing it. So I think it's just an infectious environment to be a part of.
Sam, just 2 questions. The first is just how much is these couple days of rest in between the end of the regular season and the start of the series with Tampa, how much does that help you? And then when it comes to Tampa, you guys have played them so many times in the last couple of years in the playoffs. Players change, everything changes over the course every year to year. But how much does that team attitude, mentality, how much do things kind of stay the same regardless of who's playing for Tampa?
I think you got to take advantage of all the rest you can at this time of year. Like I said, playoffs are a crazy time. No matter how you've been doing, you're always 4 games from being out. So I mean, you can prepare for game 1. Once you're in it, you're in it, and you're in absolute battle trying to get out of that series on top. So all you can do is prepare for game 1 and try and be the best you possibly can be, and ultimately that'll help for the rest of the series. In terms of teams, I think you're asking the teams a different personnel. I think systematically and the core is so similar from both teams. We're not strangers to each other. We know exactly how we're each going to play. Seems every game, every series is close. So, we're embracing that challenge, and we're excited for that battle ahead.
Sam, just a follow-up. You mentioned that you guys know each other. Both teams know each other. Just how deep-seated is this rivalry? Because we hear this is a team you guys love to hate to play.
I think you see it every game we play, whether it's preseason or in Orlando, or whether it's game 1 of the playoffs. We've kind of known that the other one's going to be there at the end of the year, and it's kind of always we're going to have to go through each other. I think there's that respect there, but like you said, we almost love to hate each other. And when you got 2 good teams that have been there, a lot in the recent couple of years, I think it brings out the best of both of us. So certainly won't be any love lost, that's for sure.
We got 2 more. We'll do George and Nicole. Thank you.
I just got one about a former teammate of yours, Skinner. He's going to be playing in the playoffs for the first time in his career. Just last year, when you had Kyle Poso, it had been a while since he'd been to the playoffs. What do you think that he's going to experience in his first run through the postseason after all these years?
I think game 1 of round 1, there's nothing that really compares to it. So you're going to see pretty quick, the pace, the intensity. He's such a competitor. He's going to be certainly chomping at the bit to get going. It's been a long time, so I can only imagine he's excited about that opportunity.
In 2022, Andre Vasilevsky kind of put together one of the greatest series in NHL history against you guys, and kind of stole the series. What did it kind of take to learn how to solve a guy like that, and what kind of makes him so special in net?
He's been arguably the best goalie of the last, however many years. So, someone like that, you got to make it, as difficult as you can. You got to get in his eyes. You got to get in his face. You got to attack the net really. So, if he sees it, he's going to stop it. He's one of those guys. I think it goes to how they defend. They defend hard in front of him, and it's tough to score. So, we're excited for that challenge.